Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I just wanted to talk about a bit of a reminder. Sorry for the camera shaking here and there. This is pertaining to a person who is a salih, a righteous person. Now, as I recall, or many of you recall, because we read Surah Al-Kahf every Friday, as you know the story of when the Prophet Musa alayhi salam, when Allah made him accompany Khidr, who is also a prophet, and if not, there are so many riwayas, you can go and inshallah find it, whether he was, whether he wasn't, but he was a wise person as well. But the point here is, when he was accompanying him, they had some kind of a deal so that Musa alayhi salam has to have patience for whatever Khidr alayhi salam, him and Musa alayhi salam, are going to encounter on the way. So one of the things that, as they were passing through a qarya, a place or a village, and then he saw a wall that was almost falling off, or perhaps it had a crack, and that's going to lead it to fall. So Khidr, as the story says in the Quran, which is Surah Al-Kahf in the chapter 18, wanted to he actually made it better. So he actually rebuilt the wall so that it's firm and secure. And the people of that qarya, they did not even pay him anything, and he actually didn't even want to be paid, or maybe he didn't even expect that. And Musa alayhi salam started saying, you did this, why you didn't take at least an ajr, but in the story in the Quran. And then when he was given the reply, let me be specific here, I hope inshallah I'm not making mistake, but it's the same surah that we mostly read every Friday. That is on the if I'm not mistaken, it should be in ayah, it's almost towards the end of the story, So I'm sorry, I thought I was prepared. I put a mark, but looks like I didn't. But I know at one point when that happened, the Prophet Khidr had to tell Musa alayhi salam, هذا فراق بيني وبينك. So that's the place that I'm trying to look, because he had to give him explanation. One of the explanation after those three things happened was this one in ayah 81, which says, وأما الجدار فكان لغلامين يتيمين في المدينة وكان تحته كنز لهما وكان أبوهما صالحا. So as I said in the beginning, we are focusing on Saliha or Salih, a righteous person. So why the Prophet Khidr did this is because he wanted to keep that wall, because that wall was actually meant for a young person that whom his father or his parents left him a treasure. That treasure was actually hidden in that crooked wall, or a wall that was about to fall, and Khidr had to make it straight and firm and rebuild it, because that's where the treasure is. And why Allah did that is because that young man, or that person who's going to inherit that treasure, actually his father was وَكَانَ أَبُوهُمَا صَالِحًا. So it was for two young men, لِغُلَامَيْنِ, and they were also يَتِيمَيْنِ. So they were orphans. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected that through Khidr by building that wall. And when Musa saw that, he asked why he didn't even take, some kind of a payment for doing the work. But the point here I'm emphasizing again is Salihah. So that's one side of Salihah I wanted to mention in the Quran. And also, as we know, the famous hadith that when a human being passes or dies, all his deeds stop. Like right now, you and I, we have the privilege to read the Quran. Simply, when we read the Quran, for each harf we can obtain 10 good deeds. But if we are not alive and we already passed, we already dead, we are not able to do that. But the famous hadith says the person, وَإِذَا مَاتَ ابْنُ آدَمْ إِنْقَطَعَ عَمَلُهُ, when the son of Adam, meaning human being, when he passes or she passes, all her deeds or his deeds are cut off. And one of the three things is that their children or their child who is a salih, again here, see the word salih again comes back, making dua for their parents. Now to be salih is the key note here. My point is, as we all strive to become someone, as we all strive to become in this dunya, either we want to be, with money, with knowledge, being a CEO, or being in charge of something, or being a prime minister or president, we should also as Muslim strive to become salih, righteous people. So the important part is here to become a righteous person. So I'm advising myself and anyone who is listening to this channel, be always and strive always to become a righteous person, because that pays out, that's going to pay back in Yawm al-Qiyamah. If you live in this dunya and you're a righteous person, so righteous person can be someone when they see something wrong is done, they will try, to stop it, or at least talk about it, or hated it, the thing that evil is being done, and maybe they're not able to change it, at least hate it in their heart. Righteous can be a person who is, after being a Muslim, practices all his religion. So we know what righteous is. Being a righteous is, or being, a crooked person or evil person. That's the opposite. So we should strive to do that. And young teenagers, start from now. Don't wait and think, oh, I need to be older and then I can be righteous. No, don't ever think like that, because our lives, we have no control of it. Today we are alive, tomorrow we are not. This instant I'm talking to you, maybe perhaps in few minutes I'm also dead. If Allah wants you back, He takes the soul that He gave you to begin with, He will take it back. So why wait? So always strive as much as you want to strive to become